even though they have an aging roster, they've managed to be a premier team for the last decade. But do you think that their window is shrinking a little bit?
Well, you always have to be cognizant of that. There is a certain shelf life for players and a group of players on a particular team, and certainly the Mavs are moving in that direction. So we'll see how it plays out over the next year or two. But you have to consider that Kidd and Nowitzki not only have a lot of years on their resumes, but they've also got a lot of miles on their bodies, too.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Haywood and Dirk make up the front court. Kidd and Butler at the 1 and the 2, and Marion. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk just for a bit. Their focus will largely be centered on defense today. He said if we challenge them and make them work hard for every point, I don't think they'll have the energy left to handle us defensively. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Clark, going back to that point about Kidd and Dirk, window closing or window closed?
I would say closing, Kevin, because they still have much to offer. Now you have to be very selective in how you massage their minutes during the course of the season, practices and game, and then you'd like to see an infusion of some young, active, energetic talent to take some of the load off of those guys sooner rather than later.
Now here's Kidd. One thing about Paul Pierce, who's still a steady presence. You hear him getting interviewed. He's a very charismatic player, too.
Yeah, he is. He's very even-keeled. He's a terrific leader. And he's got a good sense of humor as well.
Here's Rondo. Jason Kidd making his last shot. And Garnett misses. Right around, 3 minutes left in the first. Butler against Allen. And it's Butler missing. You know, Clark Pierce has had his character questioned in the past. People have labeled him selfish or a hothead. I mean, is that accurate?
You know, I don't think so. Oftentimes when guys are developing who they are and what their identity is in the league, they can appear one way, but really at their core be totally different. And I think that's part of what you saw with Paul Pierce early on. Frustrated with not winning? Sure. But I think he's always been a pretty high-character guy.
Now Rondo, following the three-point attempt by Jason Kidd. Here's Garnett, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Garnett's got 8.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
Celtics leading by 6. For 3, Pierce. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Now the Mavericks with it. They trail by 6. Outside Kidd. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He hasn't been able to get on track here.
Allen outside. Nowitzki with the steal. And Dallas has possession. 6-point game. Marion passes to Butler. Back to Marion. He dishes it. Here's Kidd. Kept alive. Another shot. Haywood gets the bucket. Haywood's got his first points in this one. Pierce dishes to Garnett. Scooped up. Perkins kicks to Garnett. Knocks down the open jump. Garnett's got 10.
Boy, this is fun to watch. This guy is putting on a show right now. He's making it look really easy.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Jermaine O'Neal's jumped in for the Celtics. Davis comes in for Kevin Garnett. Dallas also making some changes. Chandler comes in for Brendan Haywood. And it's Terry in for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's Butler. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. That's a 2 from Kidd. All alone, drops it in. Here's Rondo. They lead by 4. Here's Davis. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry.
That's pretty smart defense to let him take those shots.
That's That's a 2 from Kidd. Another miss by Kidd. Celtics leading by 4. O'Neal with it. Allen. Terry covering. Davis. On the mark from 16 feet out. Here's Kidd. 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Terry outside. Here's Butler. Good in the assist to Kidd. Now Davis. First quarter over, and big numbers up on the board. Celtics 8. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Kidd. Probably the big surprise of the playoffs last year was how the Boston Celtics ended up really taking it to the Cavaliers.
You know, Kevin, it went 6 games, but you could kind of tell that the Celtics were in full control of that. The Cavs never really seriously threatened.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki and Tyson Chandler in the middle. J.J. Barea is out there with Jason Kidd and Terry. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, as you know, the Dallas Mavericks are one of the older teams in the entire NBA. Jason Kidd said, "We understand what it takes to win. When you have a veteran ball club, you might be older. People think you might be slower, but you have to use your wisdom and knowledge to win ball games, and that's where we feel we have a huge advantage." And with Kidd bringing it up, guys, the basketball IQ is never a question. Kevin?
Not at all. Thanks, Doris. You know, Clark, just thinking back to that Cavs-Celtics series for just a second, Rondo was absolutely huge for them. Do you think that's when it became apparent that this is his team going on?
Well, I think so, Kevin. I mean, he really stepped up and took ownership of this team, but you still have to give credit to the older guys, too, now. KG, Pierce, and Allen, they were all great in that series as well.
Stolen.
Again, another turnover for him. He needs to do a better job of knowing where the defense is.
Robinson, that's good. Here's Kidd. About 3.5 minutes left in the second. Here's Chandler. Baseline jumper. And the rebound goes to Nate Robinson. Tyson Chandler traded from the Bobcats to Dallas. Last season, Clark, he missed about 2 months in the middle of the season with that injury.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kevin, that's become an all-too common refrain for Tyson Chandler. He's shown some promise, but the injuries have kept him from reaching his full potential. And you wonder, a guy who comes out of high school not quite physically ready to play at the NBA level, if that's been part of the reason that he's had the injuries that he's had.
And it's the Celtics with the ball. Jason Terry picking up that last basket. The break is up. 8 feet out. No good. So Boston will take it the other way. Pierce inside the three-point line. Again, Pierce missing. Mavericks trail by 8. For 3, Kidd. That's good. Kidd's got 7 points in the game.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
Waver for 3. And that one's good.
They're not worried about being conservative here. I mean, they're going after it. They're looking to shoot shots from behind the arc, taking more here than they did in the first quarter, and trying to put this team away.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Terry. Off the inbound pass. That's good. Terry's got 5.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around. This Celtics team came away with 17 wins against the West last year. Solid numbers against a really tough conference.
And Dallas has possession, following the shot by Ray Allen. And it's Butler missing. 1:38 left in the half. Robinson for three, kept alive. Allen, that's good. Allen's got his first 2 points.
Nice. Big momentum builders, those second chance points.
Pass to Marion. Fires top of the key. Butler missing again. That record Clark Boston had, I guess forgot to mention those numbers, were actually down 4 from a year ago for the Celtics.
Yeah, but across the board, they had a bit of a down year overall. It's hard to stay around 60-plus wins like they did, so you can't really blame them for that.
Here's Pereira. Dallas again missing. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
And Davis can't get it to go. Here's Dallas, trailing by 10. Launches it. Scooped up. Haywood connects from in close. Haywood's got his second best of the game.
You have to block this guy out. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
Robinson, that's good. And the Celtics lead by 10. Here's Berea. 22 seconds left in the second. Throws it up. Garnett grabs the ball.
Normally he sinks that shot. His mid-range game is excellent. He just misfired that time.
That'll do it for the